Well, hold on. Ooh, I look rough, don't I? Let's see. We'll see in a second. I ain't even gonna worry about it in a second. Orientation is locked. Oh, this is gonna be a little different one. Hold on, it ain't gonna take too long. I want to tell you about experience I just had. I'm gonna let like 60 seconds or 2 minutes go by, and then I'm gonna tell you about the experience that I just had, and the importance of some things. Some things I feel is important. I'm a security guard, man. Slow your roll, right? I'm thick. What the hell you talking about, son? No, I'm not going to take too long. I don't want to take too long because I don't think it's a long story I need to tell. State trooper, man. California, back it up. Okay, I got you. 48 laws of YouTube. What the hell is that? Used to hang with Fred. Okay, we got about 30 seconds before, I start this off real quick. From Denver. See, I need to take, I want to take this summer, I want to take my mother to Colorado. Then I want to take her to, I think it's Mojave in Utah, so she can look at the rocks, and then slide into Texas, maybe New Mexico or something. I don't know. Could you take 25 into New Mexico, but you won't hit Utah if you take 25. Plus, you won't go through Vail Pass if you take 25. But okay, whatever. Okay, so it's 2 minutes. So listen, I want to make this real quick, right? So I literally just got pulled over 5-10 minutes ago, right? I'm doing 80 into 70. And I got pulled over by the trooper. I stopped. He felt I stopped too fast. He got at me a little bit. He was a little bit perturbed. I was a little bit perturbed because I got at him a little bit. I usually don't do that. I usually don't give law enforcement a problem because I'm usually wrong. I mean, I usually don't get pulled over for no reason, right? I'm telling you. Right, but I felt like why is he pulling me over? I'm doing 80 into 70. You do 80. People do 10 miles over the speed limit all the time, right? No big deal, right? No, I ain't had no, because I'm doing some other things right now. I'm doing some stuff for my mom, right? But so we're perturbed and we're getting at each other a little bit, and he asked for my license and my CPL, and I give it to him. But here's what I really want to say. The trooper that pulled me over was a black man. And when he came back, I said, listen, this thing could have went totally a different way had you been someone else. The way I was interacting with you, he said, yeah, the way you feed into us is the way we feed into you. The way we respond to you is the way you respond to us. So the driver kind of set the tone a little bit. Whoever they're pulling over, or whoever the cop is they kind of set the tone for the interaction. And I was a little perturbed. He was a little perturbed. It could have went left. But I think this is the benefit of when you deal with somebody like yourself. They give you the space to be a human being and be who you are. And I don't take it too far. I needed to say what I needed to say. He said what he needed to say. And then at the end of the day, he didn't write me up for anything. And then we had a short conversation, and we did a fist bump, and we were good. I know, but he was about his business, and if he would have wrote me a ticket, I wouldn't have been mad. I still would have thought he was on some bullshit, and I wouldn't have liked it at all, but I wouldn't have been mad, right? I just wouldn't agree with it. But I know this state is a prima facie state. That means the speed limit is the speed limit is the speed limit. Prima facie means on its face. So the speed limit on its face in this state, I think in Alabama too, is the actual speed limit. So if you do 1 mile over, you could have a problem, right? It's not necessarily true in Georgia. and well, he's a state trooper, so the state troopers in Georgia can't pull you over for 1 mile over the speed limit. But um, nobody does that. So I don't even know. I told him about the channel. I don't even know if he's gonna look at this channel. He said he wasn't gonna look it up, and which is fine, cool. But I think that's the benefit of dealing with somebody who recognizes your humanity and doesn't take it to the next level, even though they're kind of upset and you're upset, right? He didn't push it to the next level, and I didn't push it to the next level, because it could have really totally went left, right? We don't need that kind of drama. So I appreciate that, trooper, and how that interaction went. That's what I appreciate. He allowed me to voice my concerns, although I did it, quite aggressively. I didn't flip out because, he lectured me a little bit, and, life is what it is, man. All right. Somebody got a question. Somebody been watching the videos, got a question about the videos. My mama, she has dementia, so, she's worse every year. I moved her to a different place. I brought her a few things. We're going to do some things. Hopefully be all good. I can do something, with her before, I don't know, man. Dementia's a horrible thing. What is Double 5 months? What? I don't know. How much do I make a week? No, not on the interstate. They're not that strict on the interstate. You can do 80 and the 70 all day in Georgia. I've rolled past plenty of troopers in many different states at 10 miles over the speed limit. Tennessee, Georgia, Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, New York, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, I don't know what states I passed through, going to Oklahoma one time. And I'm not talking about in the tractor trailer either. I'm talking about in the car, which, But in any event, I can't read none of this stuff. So, if you got a question, hurry up and hit me up, because, I got to finish doing what I'm doing. I did want to say, listen, you set the tone when you deal with the police. If you start flipping off the wall, don't mean you necessarily have to flip off the wall, but, there's a limit to what you can do, and, realize before something goes left over something that may be relatively unimportant, that you just, you let it go. You let it go. Yeah, man, I don't sleep well, man. To be honest with you. I don't sleep well. And I need to shave, and I need a haircut, and I need a whole lot of things, man. But, I'll be all right. I don't know. I mean, that LumaFusion's not really set up. And, the other things that I'm doing take up so much time. Like, I tell people, like, I'm a secure courier, and I've delivered, to places like penitentiaries, nuclear plants, medical facilities. Yeah. I've done some things. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, you be what? I mean, because I pretty much said everything that I wanted to say about, dealing with the police in this particular, how they let you have your humanity. Do I use any other apps? I mean, I drive a car, and really, you almost can't do anything other than Google. I mean, like the Microsoft Streets and Trips that I used to use, like, oh my God. Like, I don't know, 10, 14, 16 years ago. I mean, they're not even available anymore, I don't think. So hold on, I don't get it. Can I scroll back on this? My semi-bushy black cosmopolitan queen. That's what I used to say. Now I just say, she's just a woman. And no, honestly, Kevin Samuels had said something about, parents not really doing, single mothers and parents not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. And somehow, you know, they treat their sons like they're their husbands. So, my mother has dementia and there's things that she just don't want to do. That kind of perturbed me, be honest with you. Like, she doesn't want to attend, a senior citizen center. No, the Metro Mall's not open. So she doesn't want to attend a senior citizen center, and, because she thinks I'm supposed to do everything for her and spend my whole goddamn life with her. And fuck all that. I'm not doing that. But she's got dementia, and she gets worse every year or every month. So, I don't know. Somebody ain't got some money. Why should it be open? Why would you want it open? That's the real question. Do I think Atlanta's gotten worse now? Well, you know what, man? There's a lot of shootings. There's a lot of stress. So you got financial stress, then the political stress, the Supreme. There's a lot of things you need to watch right now. I told people way back when, like, during the election year of Trump, like, you're at a pivotal. How come I can't speak? Pivotal time in American history. I mean, this whole time since Trump been elected, and maybe even probably before Trump, probably with Obama, it's getting real crazy. But Trump, it's popping right along, because that Roe v. Wade decision is kind of crazy. And did you know that you can't really sue Homeland Security? The Supreme Court said you can't do that. You can't sue Homeland Security. Man, there's something else. Oh, the Supreme Court basically made every state a shall issue state. You shall issue it. But it's up to every state to come up with a criteria, and if you meet that criteria, you shall issue this person a firearm. I mean, I'm sure New York State is going to have some crazy criteria. So not everybody will be able to get their hands on one. But, the Supreme Court's doing some real crazy things, the political atmosphere, the financial atmosphere. I see you still crazy, huh? You think I'm crazy? All right. Well, you think I'm crazy. You need to pay attention to, what's really going on, like the drought. And somebody said you shouldn't call it a 25-year drought in the West with the Colorado drying up, that this may be a permanent thing with the Colorado River drying up. And, you got 5 or 6 states, water rights, probably not in my lifetime. But, there could very well at some point in time in America be a resource war over water, right? Or, those people will abandon those states, and where are they going? They're going to where the water is. You got the Great Lakes, so that's where the water is. And then you might have cultural clash. There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of shit going on, man. And it's all converging at the same time. The way urban planning worked with suburbs, and how suburbs are really car-centric, and there's not really a lot of places to walk. Climate change, the drying of the Colorado, the political atmosphere, there's so much, man. I could just go on forever, and how this stuff is converging all at once, making everything like really, really crazy. Okay, so now I'm gonna look at the screen. So do I miss working at the Metro Mall? No, I don't miss working at the Metro Mall. Not at all. I mean, there's nothing to miss there. Yeah, I mean, you think about it. Step out the car. I mean, I'm not in a car. No, I don't think I'm qualified to. I'm just spitting straight lies. What? My what is dead? Why would I be dead? Is Red still alive? Just spitting straight? Who's spitting straight lies? Do you think there'll be a World War III? I'm just talking about. Look, man, some people want a civil war. I don't think you should necessarily. I think the people who want this thing don't really understand war. You know, they got their ideology, and you know, but I don't think they really understand the carnage of war. You got Reggie Miller. Nah, I'm just qualified. I mean, it's just, I'm not qualified. It's a part of my history, but I told you people, like, the Metro Mall is really not about me. It's about them. Doing your graveyard shit. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm glad you watched the videos then. I mean, why the state trooper title? Because I originally started talking about my recent interaction with a state trooper. So, and how that could have went left, and it didn't, because he was a black man and I was a black man, and he allowed me to just like be a human being. You know, you deal with some other people, they don't allow you to be a human being, and that's a problem. I would never go back to the Metro Mall to see old faces. You done fell off looking old as hell. I'm 54 years old, so check it out, honey. I'm old. I'm just not elderly, but I'm old. Okay. I don't know. A lot of people say Red is dead, but I don't have anything that I feel is, you know, I haven't heard it from anybody on the street. Shall issue. Yeah. I'm in NorCal. Wasn't that hard for me. Okay. Okay. So we all good here? No more questions? I get to finish doing. Who the hell's Rokisha? Like, I mean, that looked kind of interesting. Anybody got any questions? Because I'm about to end this. I got other things. Yeah, I'm 54. Soleil Cooks. I mean, you know, everybody gets old. You don't escape age, baby. Right? Everybody get old, but don't everybody get smart. Right? I've gotten smarter. And really, you should probably pay me some attention, because I don't give game, I give good game. Game is bullshit. Good game is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And I can give you some knowledge, some wisdom, some understanding how to conduct yourself and get some things done, because I'm doing a hell of a lot better than what I used to do. For sure. For sure. Yeah, at some point in time, I will release that Pontiac footage. Aging sucks. Can you please make new vids? I know. I mean, Soleil Cooks, you just, you know, If you got one hater, you need two. You got two haters, you need three. And don't get mad at the haters, you know. They got to have something to do too. They got to be employed, you know. So I don't mind employing the haters. Go ahead on, hate on, right? I appreciate you coming on to my live to hate on me. I'm not mad at you. Come on, give me some more of that hate. I got like 3 Mini Coopers. I have 3. I'm doing all right. I'm a secure courier. Kennifer says hi. Kennifer don't say nothing, dog. I don't even know why y'all be playing them games. No, I don't think age 30 is the peak of smartness. I think I think in your mid 50s, you're probably as smart and as experienced as you're ever going to be. Where the cornbread sandwiches at? It's getting dark out here, man. I got shit to do. Y'all niggas right here, boy. I be on some shit. What do you think of that new Nissan Z coming out? All the reports really say you should go get that thing. Your cousin Kennifer doesn't say anything. I mean, Kennifer wanted to reach out to me. She know exactly how to say hi. So I ain't paying you no difference. I ain't paying you no difference. Kennifer want to say something to me. She know exactly how to get to me. She know exactly how to hit me up. I don't need a job, dog. One change I would make to the Mini Cooper if I could design one. I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with them now. You just need an electric one. I'm not being stubborn. I'm just not falling for the bullshit. Like if Kennifer wanted to reach me, Mr. Vito Hove, Kennifer know how to reach me. She know how to reach me. And she want to say hi, hey Darren, how you doing? What's going on with you? She know exactly how to hit me. I see her on Instagram. She don't say nothing. I see her on Facebook. She don't say nothing. That's typical Kennifer. Modern, more. Well, listen, the things that you like about the Metro Mall aren't the fact that is that right? Is that better? It's not. It's the fact that it's not a. It's chaotic. You like it because it's chaotic. I need a Porsche, man. Can you get me one? I need a GT4 RS. I need a GT4 RS. I mean, I take the poverty spec at 140,000. I take that. Well, listen here. I mean, if Kennifer hits me up and says, hey, yeah, Vito Hove is my cousin, and what he was saying, Cyberdyne Systems. Yeah, I like that. I love that thing. You know, Cyberdyne Systems Model 28, the Kennifer, which was clearly a Terminator reference, because the way she terminated that whole thing to death, man. That's why she got Cyberdyne Systems Model 28, the Kennifer. Woo! And somebody we were just talking about, me and somebody else were just talking about Kennifer, about like that, my like insane attraction to her. Huh. Okay, let me see. Oh, there is a space and opportunity, dude. That, you know what? That applies to so many things. This applies to so many things. Good enough. See ya. I don't want a Lexus 500. Yeah, I need a Porsche GT4 RS, man. You make that happen for me. Not a 911, a Cayman Porsche GT4 RS. I'm a secure courier. That's what I do. I'm a secure courier. You've seen the craziest situations I've been in at the Metro Mall. You've actually seen them. I mean, I had some other ones where I almost had to shoot somebody, but you know. Do I miss the women at the Metro Mall? It is not. No, LC 500 is killing a Porsche. What are you on, crack? A courier who is secure. Do I miss the women from the Metro Mall? I miss being able to look at a lot of women. Just as a matter of just being out there every day. Yeah, Tesla, but you hit a Tesla, man, and something happens to it. You might not have access to it for 6 months. So, and there's other electric vehicles. I can't think of the name of those people. That car is beige. It's just as fast and better produced. What was my decision behind not wanting kids? No, the women, listen. If she's worth touching, she's worth keeping. If she's not worth touching, she's not worth keeping. You don't touch her, right? So that's how you avoid having kids by people you don't want. Even if the relationship doesn't work out, you don't have like that kind of animosity. You never want to have kids by people who you don't think are worthy. Oh, hell no, Fisker karma. Fuck out of here. Yeah, you never want kids. Too many people have kids by people they don't even want them by. And I don't care if the relationship doesn't work out. You know, you should still be able to trust that person if they have custody to raise your children. You should have that kind of confidence in their character and the people that would be around them. And nah, man. I mean, the people I wanted didn't want me, and people that wanted me I didn't want. So, I mean, I've literally met women. I'm like, man, I'm super attracted to this chick, and I'm knowing it, but in the back of my mind, like, this woman cannot have a kid of mine. And there was plenty of women down in Atlanta at the Metro Mall, because I said it before, that I was actually attracted to. But man, could they have a kid of mine? No. Yo, man. I got Reggie Miller. I got an M3 that will smoke anything you got. I don't know. What year is that M3, man? That's what off. Fucking Fisker, man. Don't talk to me about goddamn Fisker. Well, yeah, lust, but you know, there's more to you know. It's more than love. You know, there's other things going on. You know, like, money isn't everything, but the lack of it is. And so you don't have to be wealthy, but you need to have enough to be comfortable and to raise a kid. And, you know, I can say some things about Roe v. Wade and why they passed it, and why that person in Illinois at that Trump rally said the stupid shit that she said, but that's literally the way they feel. And so people will make economic decisions before having a child. What does it take to raise this child? What does it take to give them a chance to be successful? What and I want to be comfortable while doing it. There's a lot of things that go into it. So you can love somebody to death, but that don't mean you necessarily need to. That's not somebody that you need to marry, that you want to go into a partnership with. I mean, there's other things to consider. There's sexual attraction. Do they meet that? Character. Do they meet that? Do you care about them in general? They need to meet that. Will they be a drain on your finances, or too much of a drain on your finances, or do you have enough money where you don't even care, and you can just take care of them? None of that shit matters. A lot of things going on, buddy. It's Malong, not. You can't take care of anybody else, Mr. Bass, until you can take care of yourself. You want to get a Filipino. Why do you want to get a Filipino? What's your motivation? I don't do lives that often. Don't get married. Chris Edwards. I got a GTR that will blow the doors off that M3. Okay. Oh, it depends. I don't know why I'm losing connection here. No, I don't have any tattoos. Bro, been subscribed to you for 10 years. Almost 10 years. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Help those. What are you talking about? Find an exit. Do I date white people? Well, you know what? I no longer have the energy to deal with the politics. When I was younger, oh yeah, I mean there's one I wanted to marry. I'm not gonna tell you her name, but she was definitely worth marrying. That's all. I was in college and I was more interested in her roommate. But I ended up liking her, and yeah, she was somebody I would definitely marry. Definitely. No, I don't talk to Samara. I don't even know how to contact Samara. Oh, you're asking way too many questions now. I'm not going to answer that one. All right, Neon, I kept telling you can't take care of anybody else until you can take care of yourself. That is the best lesson. I mean, Teslas, man. I mean, electric vehicles, man. But the world's going to catch up. So don't even worry about it. The world's going to catch up to your Tesla, son. That's all. It's going to take a little while. But the world's going to catch up to your Tesla. I'm trying to go back through these comments. Find an exit. You still do security. Do you date whites? I'm from Texas. Where's Samara? I think I know where she's at in general, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to shave this all off. Do I have my perk card? What the fuck? I do know Percocets. What the fuck's the matter with you? No, I'm not recognized a lot in public. I just get to go through. Somebody gave me $10. Okay, cool. Because I've been spending a lot of money trying to move my mother, man. A lot of money. All right. I mean, I've been doing this for like 34 minutes. Protect your last name and your seed. Like, dude, I'm 54 years old. I'm about, not too long, I'm going to be 55. I doubt if kids are like in my future. Hold on, did somebody just give me $500? That's the hell? Yours fell out a long time ago. I don't know if that's $500, man. That's $500. Like, I don't know. It's from Argentina, so you might have to. Yeah, see, it's $5 US. You might have to do some trade, and that's cool. I appreciate it. I do need a private. My mother needs like a nurse. My mother needs a nurse, and the money that I'm making don't really. It don't really say that. She needs. My life can't be all about her life. My life can't be all about her life. She's in another state right now. Man, I mean, it's like, God, dog, man. Like, I wouldn't be able to move shit. I mean, like, man, you have no clue. Can you finally come back? Yeah, man, you want to go back to the Metro Mall, man. As soon as I wasn't there, you come back. You come back, No, I don't regret tasering Shakita Stevens. I mean, there's no reason to regret it. Now, the fallout that came after that, I don't like, I mean, she ain't really never going to be able to talk shit to nobody, not really, but, and then all the people. Me, I'm pro-choice. I know somebody who says he's pro-choice, but he knows women that abuse abortion, and he doesn't like that. I think it's a mistake. There's going to be some backlash. I think, I suspect why anybody made such a decision, but, I find it very interesting. It's a sign of the times. It's a real sign of the times. Like the craziness. Pro-choice is dumb. He's unsubbed behind it. That wasn't Santana. That was Marcus Purnell. What are you asking about Roe v. Wade? Like, y'all people think do I agree with? Yeah, I think women should have a choice. And I think my friend who says there should be a limit to how many abortions that you have, he may be right. Like, because he said he knows 6 or 7 abortions. He said, like, maybe 1 or 2, but after that, I mean, like, what you're doing. And so he says after maybe 1 or 2, he said, you know what you're doing. So now you got that, you got to have this kid. So he thinks there should be a limit to how many abortions that you have. He doesn't think that you should be able to abuse it, but he still thinks that it should be your choice. And, and I can get, I don't follow R. Kelly. I mean, I don't know, if he did a thing, he did a thing, and, I mean, he's too, I mean, you don't want to go to prison in your 50s if you ain't never been to prison. That's what the hell? That's not a thing you really want to do. I mean, if you're going to go to prison, it can't be for something stupid. I'm all right. Let me see. Long used to sip on juice and eat Little Debbie snack cakes while you ran the Metro Mall. No, I'm not a state trooper. Go back and listen to the beginning of the video and, no, I would never be a bouncer. I would always be security. People tried to get me to do bouncing. I'm like, no, your bouncers are inside. I'm security outside. I'm suited. I'm booted. I'm ready to go. You get them out the door, I'll take care of them after that, and I'll make sure when you go home, there won't be no shots fired on you. That's my job. I got that. I'm very good at that. Come down to Texas. I don't like, I've been in Texas. It's too brown. And what I mean by too brown, I'm not talking about too many Hispanics. I'm talking about not enough green. You know what? Maybe men should have a say so. Maybe they should. If he says, listen, you got pregnant, I want the child, and and she doesn't want the child, well, I'm going to take full responsibility for it, and you can just give me the child, and then you don't have to do anything. So I don't know. So I know somebody who knows somebody who, and he was older. I figured he was in his 30s at the time. She was like 19 years old. And he got her pregnant. And he wanted her to get an abortion. And she wasn't going to get an abortion. She just said, listen, you ain't got to be a part of his life. Just cut the check. It's like, cause she felt like you knew what you was doing when you was knocking me down. I mean, you knew what you was doing. So I'm going to have this kid and you're going to cut the check. Right? You ain't got to be a part of his life. Just cut the check. Secure courier. Not often. No, I don't get recognized, Mr. Prince. Not often. Atlanta's expensive, baby. Atlanta got expensive, and it got expensive real quick. And that is causing a lot of problems. What's my opinion on ARs? Listen, my opinion has long since been you don't need one. Long before they even did a ban. I don't, oh, it's a hunting. You don't hunt anything with an AR-15 or M16, because I was in the military, except a human being. That's what that's for. That's for killing people. It's not for killing deer or whatever the hell else animal you want to shoot. That the only animal that was designed to shoot was people. And I don't think you really need one. Right? I don't think you need an AR-15. I don't think you need an AK-47. I don't think you need them. I mean, that's just my take on it. Handgun, though, it's portable, it's toteable. It will do the things that you need it to do. So I think you should be good. I mean, that's just my general opinion on it. God, what do you think? I sit around and watch like YouTube videos all day? Seen that though. I mean, I actually seen that short with YouTube. No, he shouldn't have done that. I mean, he really shouldn't have done that. He should have brought everybody in the car or something. And if he was only going to bring his kids something, then, I think she was right. If if we operating as a group, as a unit, you with me, and you already knew I had these 3 other kids, you got to feed everybody. I mean, Kevin Samuels was right about that. And that guy didn't want to take away from his kid to get to other, or take away from himself to get. I mean, I don't know what his motivation was, right? I don't know, right? I just, generally, I just believe if you can get, like, especially when you're dealing with kids, everybody gets something to eat, or nobody get nothing to eat. And we do something different. I mean, really. I mean, you shouldn't be messing with a woman with 3 kids. I mean, if you don't want to do that thing, if that's how you feel about it, and you don't want to do that thing, then you shouldn't be screwing nobody with 3 kids having a kid with her. I mean, because clearly she already had 3 kids. I mean, she ain't doing abortions. Yeah, well, I made like, the more they talk about that school shit, the more I just keep calling them bitches. But I will say this though, to overcome, if the first law of nature is self-preservation, if somebody's putting rounds on you that your bullet resistant vest will not stop, and so that first law of nature kicked in, self-preservation, right? I mean, it takes a lot to overcome that and to take on that risk. You want to take on that risk? So, I I mean, trying to protect your child, trying to protect your wife, trying to protect your husband. Uh, those things may trigger that in. Your mother, your father, you're willing to take that risk. You might not even think about it. But somebody else's kid, somebody else's this or that, maybe not. But then you signed a contract to do a thing. And so you should do a thing. You didn't do a thing. And then when the video came out, they were in there. They had shields. They had this. They had that. I mean, like, really, y'all just like, y'all fucked that up completely. And everybody there, everybody involved should be fired. I mean, especially the chief of police talking about, I didn't know I was in charge. What kind of bullshit is that? What the fuck you doing? And y'all let him say that? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Just, you can't criminally prosecute him. You can't civilly prosecute him for not doing anything. But you can terminate his contract. You could terminate his employment. I mean, there's got to be something in that agreement with the city to perform a certain task that if you don't do it, we can go ahead and get rid of you with cause. Well, you know what? Dude, your handgun could be effective at 25, 30 yards. I mean, the rifle, listen, the military considers a handgun to be so weak that, that's why it's a last ditch weapon. Because it's weak. I know a lot of people get shot and killed from it, but as in terms of weapon, it's a fairly weak one. Yes, I do. Well, I think of gas prices, nigga. I think like every fucking body else. Shit's out of control, and for no reason. Listen, dude, I'm not unhappy, and I didn't put these video ups to make money. Money comes from them, and it's just incidental. Well, it ain't Biden. Biden shouldn't be president. He shouldn't have been president in the first place. Kamala shouldn't have been there. Trump damn sure can't be there. Not Mike Pence. I mean, fucking no Republican, right? But the Dems are just bitches. I mean, listen. I swear to God, it's like the Harlem Globetrotters versus, what is it, the Washington Capitals. And the Washington Capitals, job was to lose. That was their job. I feel like the corporate Democrats, that's their purpose of being there. They're to lose. But then the corporate Democrats are nothing but Reagan-era Republicans anyway. So, and the Republicans are just straight crazy. And I separate Republicans and conservatives, because you could talk to some conservative people out here on the street, and they're not quite as like batshit crazy as the Republican politicians. I would like the white woman. I can't remember her name. And not Hillary Clinton. Oh, I'm not moving to another country. This is it. Do I have any regrets in my life? I don't regret anything. I'm disappointed that I couldn't close the deal with Kennifer. I'm disappointed in that. I would have liked to have been able to do that. I'd like to have been able to close that deal. I would have liked to have been able at times to wake up and see her next to me, and then at other times wake up and know that she's in the house, because sometimes I don't want you sleeping next to me room, or I'll go to my room, just whatever. Biden is, I don't, but to me, Biden is he's a Republican anyway. Just like Manchin, he's a Republican. No, super scope rate. Listen, if you're gonna use a rifle, you don't need to use red dots and stuff like that. Learn how to use the iron sights. Learn how to shoot. No, I don't think all schools should have police on duty at all times. You're bringing to a hammer, everything looks like a nail, and there's no guarantee that they'll do anything because they don't have to do anything. I mean, if you're going to put people in certain positions, you really need to, like, APD was doing a lot of active shooter training. Active shooter. What the fuck is an active shooter? Somebody shooting? Okay, so you're doing active shooter training. Before you start training people, you really need to screen their mentality to see if they're built to do this thing. Not going to do. And then if you're talking about school resource officers, you got to understand, one, that you're dealing with children, and you got to allow children to make errors and judgments. I don't care how old they are. Errors and judgment. They're going to be mouthy. They're going to talk a lot of shit, and you got to allow them that. You don't slam them on the ground. You don't throw them this way or that way. And you damn sure don't do that to the kids and then turn around when somebody can truly get at you, bitch up and run the other direction. And fuck all that. You got to stand. You got to be consistently the same damn person. So you can't be almost like a regular dude, and you have to fight Mike Tyson, right? You need to treat the regular dude like you would treat Mike Tyson, and that way you won't be a bully. You won't be a bitch. You won't be any of those things because you treated them the same. So if you're not gonna get in Mike Tyson's face like that and try to front him off, don't get in this other guy's face like that and try to front him off. Give him the same damn treatment that you would give a Mike Tyson. And that's it. And I've been like that for a long time, very long time. And so, no, I don't think cops should be in schools. They don't need to be in the schools. I don't think you should be arming teachers, right? I don't, that's not, that's just introducing way too much. Why don't you address the underlying problems? And then maybe some of that shit will stop. Yeah. No, the red dot should be backups. If you learn your sights and use your sights well, you won't even need a freaking red dot. Although it does arguably help you get on target faster, but you just use your iron sights, man. Go Broncos. You know what? I've been to Denver Broncos. I stopped being a football fan back in the 80s, but yeah, my team, even I'm from Buffalo, New York, my team was the Denver Broncos. And then, one of my friends in Atlanta, his team is the Denver Broncos. I mean, and I met that dude, ooh, shit, it's got to be 20 years ago. No teacher should carry a gun. You can't shoot. Okay. No, I'm not really controlling. Pack, whatever. No, I'm not really controlling. Biden and Trump are not twins. What kind of bullshit is that? Trump did what he said he was going to do. And actually, Trump didn't put those justices in place. Really, Trump is not the... If you want to be mad at somebody, Trump is real convenient. Mitch McConnell is the tactician. Mitch McConnell is the real son of a bitch. He's the one in the background just killing you. Trump is up in the front making all the noise and all the bigoted shit. And Mitch McConnell is slowly... you die of 1,000 cuts with Mitch McConnell, man. I hate the fucker with a passion, but he is very, very effective. Oh, that motherfucker need to go, Clarence Thomas. Has it been an hour? Okay, in an hour, I'm just gonna shut this shit down. AT alien. No, I'm not a state trooper. Yeah, you should be able to hit with a rifle with your iron sights at 100 yards, no problem, really. And if you're good, you should be able to hit at 300 yards with an M16. For sure. I promise you. I've done it. Yeah, she's loading a pistol pointed at her chest. That's not a good thing, right? But then they'll teach them how to, handle the weapon. But then there's all the legal stuff that goes behind it. The system, the system has a tendency to protect itself and double down on its own power. You know. All right, all right. Yes, Elizabeth Warren. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Because that's who I had rather vote for, Elizabeth Warren. Trump train. Crazy ass. All right. Give teachers slingshots. No, actually, man, what makes somebody shoot a 10-year-old? What possibly could a 10-year-old could have done to you to make you do that? And so they just want to say it's mental illness. And I'm saying, nah, it's something more than mental illness. Now, my friend said that he wanted to inflict pain. And I said, okay. Because I usually say people are under a lot of stress, right? Some kind of stress, economic stress, some kind of stress. And so they flip out and I don't even want to say they flip out, right? But they make a decision. So he wants to inflict pain. But I'm going to ask you this question, and this is real serious here, right? If you're under economic stress, if you're under emotional stress and you're very uncomfortable and you're just feeling the pressure and you're very unhappy and you want to strike out and you want people to hurt as much as you hurt, let me ask you this question. If you killed a bunch of people, do you think you're going to achieve less stress? Do you really believe that you're going to experience less stress, or is it more likely that you're going to experience